Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First play, and Young is going to throw it. He'll find McMillan here. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, terrific last week in the season-opening victory. And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done. One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away. Now Young. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. When you talk about this Seahawk defense, well, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona. And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense. And that'll wind up moving the chains again, as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Back to the ground with Etienne. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 31, here's 2nd down and 8. Young working out of the gun. This is caught by McMillan. And that'll wind up moving the chains again, as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Young. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you? Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw out wide to Walker. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. He'll drop to throw. To the right side and intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Running out of the gun with ETN, pushing through the contact. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there, got him some extra yardage. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. To throw, Young. Throwing right, and that's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Six nothing our score after one.
With the score, Panthers 6, Seahawks nothing.
Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Young to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. 3rd down, Young from the gun. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. ETN up the middle. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown of the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Now 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Young to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there, not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Young.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Now Young. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
He's got Sanders on the out route. It's caught.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Young will set to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
And that will be incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Yeah, with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
No receivers open, so he's forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers. And ultimately, a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw, Young. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Well, Brand, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando, standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The play-action fake, then look to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Throwing, Young. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now here's Young. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Young. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Handoff running left is ETN.
And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I tell you, he brings the wood when he comes flying up in run support. He may be a safety, but he hits like a linebacker.
He's got his man quick. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Young now. Flushed out right. Staying on his feet. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
Off the play fake, Young. His throw incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's third down.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think that's a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me, because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Going deep here for Watkins. And it's intercepted.
Across midfield. And the Panthers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Following the interception, Young. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now Young.
He'll find McMillan here.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I'll give him credit there. Nice job on the drag route. Bring the receiver across the field, hoping he can catch it in stride and turn it up. He was able to do just that, although he's just a little bit short of the first down.
They get this out left. Touchdown! A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Panthers have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Sly on for the extra point.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
A handoff for Etienne.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Panthers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll start on the ground, Etienne.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Etienne once more.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2 yards still to go. Third down now. Here is Young. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Panthers have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and it was their defense.